Yes, we've been having fun with this tune all day, and that was great. That was cuddling. Okay, like to make sure that Eric will be back. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna take a tune now that I wrote called Bros Cascade, and it's a little different feel to it, but I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Wow. It's trio time. Now, this is special. Yeah. Go ahead, Eric. It was nice to have Eric back for just a second. But now, we're going to present the Randy Vincent Trio. And they're going to... Should I tell them what you're going to play? Or have you changed your mind? Yeah. Okay, they're going to play something for you. I'll stay here. Randy Vincent. Yeah, beautiful. Randy Vincent. John Wiitala and Akira Tana. I don't know, you guys. We could just let you do the rest of the set. But I was just thinking about what a versatile group of colleagues, musicians up here we have, and it's really a pleasure and an honor to be with them. So, in that vein, we're going to skip the next tune and go to Spark. Yeah. Decided. Well, we could vote on it, but never mind.
But we're not a democracy.
We're not a democracy. We decided that earlier on today. So this is called Spark, and just another one of those tunes with the funny names. There you go. Yeah. Right. Thank you. That was Spark. In case you didn't notice, that was a drum feature. It didn't start that way, but it ended up. No. Oh, hold on. We'll feature him more later, whether we want to or not. Okay. Now, we're going to do another one of the piece that I wrote. You can tell there's a lot of my tunes on here. Doesn't mean anything except that it's fun to hear my tunes, but it's not like we get extra money for that or anything. Okay, so this tune is called, this tune is called Balay, and it was written on a vacation to Spain, so that's a little bit more insight into what's going on here. But we hope you enjoy this. Thank you very much. It's Balay. A kid is going to get fined for that, and he set the tempo too fast. He's getting back at us because he didn't get enough solo on the last tune. So a lot of inner dynamics in a group like this. You don't want to hear about it. All right. Now it's the Erik Jekabson trio. Sure. I think we should. It's a quartet. Yeah. This is a beautiful tune, and Erik will play it beautifully, I'm sure. Sorry. It's a terrible thing to say. So.
What's your tempo? Let me set it. Can I set the tempo?
played a tune's called Emily. Okay, great. So let's do What Is This? And then this is another quiz. We're going to play this tune and we'll see if anybody knows it. Except for Carter.
And Josh. And Josh. And Josh. Whatever you're doing. All right. There you go.
Okay. What is this? Oh, that's the name of the tune. What is this? And it's a contrafact on what is this thing called love. So you walk out of here with something more than you had when you walked in, right? Now you know that. It's a contrafact. We're going to play one more tune. And it's a tune that I wrote, oh boy, I think back in 2001. And was a lot of stuff going on about the country going to war, blah, blah, blah. And wrote a piece called Lament for Peace. And unfortunately, we keep having to play it. So, but it's here and we're going to play it, and hope that we can take a moment to make things better somehow. Lament for Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Erik Jekabson, Randy Vincent, John Wiitala, Akira Tana, Mario Guarneri. Thank you very much. Eric Whittington, the guy who keeps it all going.
All right, we have marvelous musicians in this city, in this country, and the traditions that feed it. You know, it's been generations and generations. You know, I don't need to make platitudes about it, but we're very happy with what we have here. I hate to, you know, Mario knows how hard it is to change the subject to the subject, which is part of the subject, right? Which is Mario. You know, this would be nice on the main stage at SF Jazz right now, right? So local musicians are pretty magnificent here. There's a lot of musicians here that don't even want to show their faces as local musicians because they'd be typed as local musicians, right? So you have people moving in and out of the market here and playing, you know, kind of, you know, where they can be famous. And these guys have all traveled a lot and played for decades at a very, very high level. So, and they have decades left in them. Amazingly, the music keeps them pretty young. So we're very pleased about that. And it's amazing that Mario has time to perform publicly since he's like a tireless organizer, proselytizer. Get your hat on, Mario. No, give Eric a hat, but he doesn't have to put it on. But anyway, oh, look at that, Randy Vincent. He's representing. So I think you mostly know that Mario has devoted massive amounts of time and energy and you know, little bits of income stream he finds here and there in strange little pockets to actually prop up this local scene in a very significant way. And he's inspired a lot of people to step up in ways that are helpful, you know. Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. You know, Mario, I first heard of him from somebody who was coming here all the time that said, oh, you have to come down to Cafe Divine, as we call the Divine, on the corner of Washington Square to hear Mario play, you know. And he's always got this great group and so on and so forth. Well, you know, Mario made sure that everybody in that group was paid decently, though the cafe they might pay him $100, I have no idea, but not much. And then he went ahead and paid the cats. And so, and of course, they also held his feet to the fire, right? The Omar Clay story, right? The drummer said, well, who's on bass? Like, he didn't really care about the money as much as he cared about whether he had a good bass player. Oh, hey, John. Nice to have you here tonight. John Wiitala is on the stage tonight. John has an amazing history in the music and, you know, an amazing talent and has persisted for decades, you know. Randy Vincent over there. Yeah. I mean, quality of musicianship here, and Erik Jekabson, Akira Tana, you know, and just fabulous. So Mario works and has sort of, you know, inspired me to try to help a little bit prop up or participate in what he's doing to bring that level up and to get the venues like SF Jazz and the Black Cat and this place and that place. Mr. Tipples has stepped up, you know. A few places have stepped up and really tried to understand that they need to find a way to come up with the money to pay the musicians decently. Now we have, you know, a handful of people here tonight. We have maybe 12, 15, 18 people here tonight. It's actually 1,012. We are thronged tonight, ladies and gentlemen, out on the internet. The place is packed. But it is packed with very, very wonderful, attentive people willing to pay, you know, at the door and so on and so forth. But, you know, I've had a lot of thoughts while listening to this music, and I don't have them organized in my head. So I don't know what else I should really make a point of, except that thank you very much for realizing that it actually takes a cover charge. And when you're in a place that does support the musicians by just giving them a cut of the bar, you damn well better buy a lot of soda water at inflated prices. And if you're like me, you can just drink like a fish, and that's fine. And pay the door, do whatever you can. But Mario is trying to get a sense in the club owners' heads that they shouldn't be looking at their revenues on individual nights. They need to find a way to pay their immensely talented culture workers a decent wage, and there got to be various ways to get there. So he's first through Jazz in the Neighborhood. He came up with lots of ways just to subsidize. First, he would throw concerts and charge $20 at the door, and then just pay what needed to be paid, and pay the venue something, and get some young people in there playing, and get them to work with professional musicians, experienced musicians, give them a stipend, give the musicians a decent, paycheck. He came up with $150 a gig per musician as at least a starting standard. And as long as I can remember, he said, well, I know it's not enough, but it's something, right? And lately, he started the drum beat, and, damned if Tammy Hall didn't step up and say, yeah, well, that's 1974. Can we get to 2000 and whatever year we're in? 2006?
Yeah, a little, something like that.
Something like that. 2022, said, what about 250? Okay, so 5 musicians up here. That's $1,000. We have 16 people in the audience or something. I'm inflating the numbers for the home audience. Because I can do that, because it's just a fixed camera. They really can't see. Tell the truth, there's 38 people here, and they paid $25 a piece. So the musicians need more, want more. I think government's got to step up and say, okay, culture workers, they can't be paid enough. We need a subsidy. We need to be a socialist country on some levels. Like, how's your Social Security working out for you? In a capitalist country, we don't have such a thing, right? Okay. But if we were in a socialist country. Anyway, if we just had a little bit of mixed economy, which we do, we can do that. So pressure your mayor and the Office of Economic and Workforce Development and your supervisors and say, no, there has to be something. And then Mario came up with a group of folks we participated in trying to get into the city budget. We didn't quite get there, but we'll get there over the years. We'll get there next time. So that organization was called MAVDA, the Musicians and Venues Development Alliance. The organization that has the hats, that's called the Independent Musicians Alliance. And the idea is to get the musicians to buy into the fact that they really ought to think about their collective good, their collective fortune, their collective good, health. It's hard to do. Musicians are used to like, we don't know how the economics are going to work out. We need to play. We'll play at a pizza joint. We'll play in a restaurant. We'll play in a bar. We'll play anywhere we can play. And we'll try to, if we do a wedding gig, we'll get paid pretty well. If we could do a corporate gig, we'll get paid pretty well. If we do a bar that's thronged with hundreds of young, well-paid people, we're accepting that they'll pay maybe $125 per musician and let you try to round up some tips. And I'm sorry, but the revenue stream in some of those places does not limit them to $600 for a quartet, But it's like, the musicians will do it, So the musicians have to step up and refuse to work for nothing and think about, ways, but mostly they need to play. So we all need to step up so that they don't have to think about this all the time. They just have to worry about whether the hat looks okay. So anyway, but I wouldn't badger you about this, but this is Mario's gig. And he hasn't talked about it, and that shows how hard it is to talk at an event about these kind of topics. I'm making these poor souls listen to all this. 90% of the time we don't. We just say, thanks for coming out. Thanks for paying your cover charge. Thanks for supporting this. You might want to donate to a nonprofit here and there. Jazz in the Neighborhood has one. We have one. IMA is getting one. Thanks to Mario's efforts right now, those things are a pain in the ass to get together, the 501c3 status. So, like that. Mario, have I said enough?
Yeah.
Okay, there are lots more details. So Talk to Mario anytime. Okay, mostly let's hear about the music. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Could this band like hold their own on any stage in the world, right? Over and over again, San Francisco jazz is like not to be sneered at. You know, amazing musicians playing amazing music and working awful hard. You know, driving 50 miles in a $500 car with a $5,000 instrument for a $50 gig. Over and over. Okay, but tonight we'll pay him a guaranteed fair wage. Mine doesn't quite match Mario's. When we get to a quartet, it's 100 and a quarter instead of 150. I have to have some kind of, thing. You got them covered, yeah. Well, no, I don't cotton to that. I pay. You can do something on top. Okay, thanks, Mario.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everyone. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
Oh, and if you missed me for your cover, I'll take it at the front. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Hey, man, next time you see me, I'm gonna have one. Like Eddie Moore getting his little.